I'm gonna guess that you're someone like me and that you want to build wealth, you wanna make some money, and you recognize that real estate is one of those ways to do that. I mean, it's no coincidence that over 90% of all the millionaires in the world own some sort of real estate. But you're probably also like me in that real estate investing can be very intimidating. You don't want to lose your butt, you don't know how to get started, so you don't do anything. But what if I told you that you can become a real estate investor with as little as $500? You don't even have to leave your house to get started, and you can make some solid returns. Yes, this does exist, and I'm going to share what this real estate investment option is with you today. Let's check it out. All right, so the first thing you gotta know, I'm not a real estate investor. Like, I'm not this real estate investment guru. You can check out one of my other videos where I shared 7 lessons learned from a failed real estate investment. But there's also a video I want you to check out that shares 8 different ways that you can become a real estate investor without managing any properties. And I'm really excited about that video, and this is what I'm gonna highlight today is one of those options. So one of those options has to do with crowdfunding with real estate. And this is something that's really just blown up for the last few years. I've been a big fan of peer-to-peer lending with Lending Club and Prosper, and with this is very similar, but it's also very exciting because, you know, with peer-to-peer lending, that's something that a lot of people don't really know much about. So, you know, with real estate, people know real estate. People know that the billionaires, the millionaires of the world are real estate investors. But like many of us, like, we don't know how to do it. We don't know how to get started in real estate, and there's a huge learning curve for a lot of people. You gotta have the right connections, so a lot of times people don't do it. But guess what? You don't have to be one of those people now. You can actually become a real estate investor, and you can do so, and all you need is a computer, a laptop, and internet connection, because that is what technology is all about. Now, one of those options I'm gonna share with you today is called Fundrise. So Fundrise is an online real estate crowdfunding platform that allows you to become a real estate investor, and all you gotta do is have $500 to get started. So that's what we're going to talk about today. Let's learn more about Fundrise. So let's talk a little bit about who Fundrise is. So Fundrise is an online real estate and investment company that specializes in crowdfunding. Now, crowdfunding is something that has grown in popularity a lot over the last several years. And if you know anything about peer-to-peer lending, and I have a video where I talk about Lending Club, which is by far the largest peer-to-peer lending company that exists, that's kind of what they're all about, is crowdfunding. But instead of crowdfunding for loans or personal loans, what Fundrise is crowdfunding for is for real estate notes or real estate investment properties. And that's what makes it uber exciting and sexy for a lot of investors, because now you can become a real estate investor without leaving your home, and that's what it's all about. So as of right now, there are over 80,000 members that are a part of Fundrise, and they have invested over $3 billion with a capital B into real estate investment properties. But as you can see, they are a force right now making a dent in real estate investment properties, especially in the online space. By investing into Fundrise, essentially you are investing into a real estate investment trust. That is what Fundrise is. Within their platform, they have 5 different REITs. Now, you might not know what a REIT is or a real estate investment trust, and just so I don't get repetitive, I'm gonna go ahead and cue to a previous video where I explained what a REIT is. So what a real estate investment trust is, this is a company that specializes in real estate. And this could be across the board. Maybe it's shopping centers, maybe it's malls, maybe it's hospitals, maybe it's home construction. All we're looking for is a company that specializes in real estate. But just in case I butchered that explanation of what a REIT is, let me give you the Investopedia definition. So a real estate investment trust is a company that owns and in most cases operates income producing real estate. REITs own many types of commercial real estate ranging from office and apartment buildings to warehouses, hospitals, shopping centers, hotels, and timberlands. Okay, now you have a good understanding of what a REIT is. All right, the big difference with Fundrise is that you are investing into a private REIT versus a public REIT. Now, what's the difference between a private or a public REIT? So just like a publicly traded company or a privately traded company, it's very similar. Now with a public REIT, so you have to divulge everything. You have to share everything that you're doing. You have to have full transparency. You have to report to shareholders and all that fun stuff. Now that's not a bad thing, and there are some protective measures for that, but still, I mean, when you have to share everything and you just can't go do it, that can be very time consuming because you're like asking for permission before you actually make an investment. So with Fundrise, they are a private REIT. So they can go out and do what they do best without having to wait for permission from shareholders, from their investors, because they have a process, they have a certain way of doing things, and that's what works for them. So what that in turn does for you, the investor, is that it makes it more nimble, more efficient, and also less volatile. Because they go do what they do well. They don't have to ask mom and dad for permission before they go out and make an investment. Does that make sense? I hope so. Another item that's going to come up when you start investing online, especially with real estate investment options online, with these online crowdfunding platforms, is if you are a accredited investor. Now, if this doesn't mean anything to you, then it probably doesn't apply, but this is what an accredited investor is. So with an accredited investor, you have to at least have a net worth of $1 million, or you're making $200,000 filing single, or $300,000 if you're filing joint. So what does that mean for you? Now with Fundrise, you don't have to be an accredited investor to open an account with them. So good thing is that doesn't apply to you. But there are other real estate online platforms where you do have to be an accredited investor. So you have to have that net worth or income requirements just to open an account. But being an investor doesn't just apply to crowdfunding real estate online platforms. That's why I wanted to bring it up here, because there may be some other investment opportunities that you are exploring where, oh, that sounds really exciting. Oh crap, I'm not an accredited investor, so I can't get in. So just be prepared. So how do you actually make money by opening an account with Fundrise and investing into real estate? Because you know what? You don't have to leave your house. So are you actually making money? Are you getting paid? Yes, you are. So as a real estate investment trust company, you're opening an account with Fundrise and they are going out and finding these properties for you. So these can be apartment complexes, these could be strip malls, it could be hospitals, it could be a variety of different things. So you are leaning on them to go out and find those properties for you. So by opening an account with them, they're using your money with other people part of the crowd, that's why it's called crowdfunding, and they're pulling that money together and then finding these properties. So the two ways that you can make money are, one, you can collect your dividend, which basically is in the form of all the rent payments that they are getting on all their properties that are being passed forward to you. The second way you can make money is through price appreciation. And it's the same thing like buying a stock. So if they are buying properties at a discount in, let's say, different parts of the country where they can get a good deal, and then real estate values increase, then that's how you can benefit. So you can see the net asset value or the price of the shares that you're buying appreciate or go up in value. With Fundrise, they pay out their dividends every quarter. So every 3 months, you'll be able to log in and see your dividend payment. I was pretty excited to see that my account wasn't open just almost a few months and I saw my first dividend payment. Now, it wasn't a lot of money, but it's very encouraging to see some money being paid passively just by opening the account and investing into Fundrise, and then for them to go out and find those great real estate deals. As I mentioned previously, Fundrise has 5 different REIT options. So they have a REIT that focuses on the West Coast, one on the East Coast, or one in the Central or their Heartland REIT. They also have a REIT that focuses on income, so looking for higher dividends, higher yields, or one on growth, so they're looking more for price appreciation. You basically have a say in which REIT do you want. Do you want to put all your money into one REIT, or do you want to diversify and spread it out all the different REITs that they have? Since I just started investing with them, I just wanted to kind of play around and see what they offer. So I went with the starter portfolio and just spread it out amongst all the different REITs that they had. One of the cool features that I loved about Fundrise was after I made my initial investment and they went out and started buying those properties where I can see them in my account, you can see the actual properties that you own. There's a Google map that shows the location. It shows how much that they have put down on this property. They also have a rating, like a report card rating, how aggressive or how risky is this property versus other properties. So they give you so much information about what you own to where if you are in that area, you can actually drive by and see the property that you own. I think that's pretty cool. Okay, let's talk about competition. Obviously, Fundrise is not the only crowdfunding real estate online platform that exists. As the fintech area explodes. You're gonna see a lot more options become available. So with Fundrise, with their competition, the one or few that I'll highlight, the first one is Rich Uncles. So Rich Uncles is very similar to Fundrise. So they only have a $500 minimum, so that's awesome. You don't have to be an accredited investor to open an account, so that's also awesome. But the big differences with Rich Uncles versus Fundrise is this. Right now, if you want to sell your notes within Rich Uncles, or sell your real estate investment property, the fractional ownership that you have, currently Rich Uncles doesn't have a platform that allows you to do so. So this is a long-term investment with them. So if you are investing with them, you are stuck with them. I mean, you're basically getting married. So just keep that in mind. The other issue with Rich Uncles is that the way that they make their investments, they are putting 50% down in cash on all their properties. Now that could be a good thing, for foreclosures and just protecting you, but that also could mean that your dividend payments aren't going to be consistent if there are foreclosures. Now the other big issue with Rich Uncles is that they're only available in a small number of states at the time of this recording. When I went to the website, it blocked me because I guess it recognized I was in the state of Tennessee, so I couldn't even continue on their site. You have to check their website to see what is the updated list of the states that they are currently approved. All right, another competitor that I'll mention is Realty Shares. Now the big difference between Realty Shares with Fundrise and also Rich Uncles is that one, you have to have at least $1,000 to get started. So immediately you're looking at twice the minimum value just to open the account. And the other big difference, which this is going to be a killer for many, is that you have to be an accredited investor. So that means if you don't have $1 million net worth and making 200 G's per year, single, or 300 G's if you're married, then you got no business going to Realty Shares right now. Now this could change, fintech is always changing, technology is always changing, so they could change the minimum requirements and also if you have to be an accredited investor, so you want to check their website to see. But right now, these are the big differences I see. And there are other options. As I was doing my research for this video, I found Realty Mogul. It seemed very comparable to the other platforms I just outlined, so just keep that in mind. There are other ones that exist and there will be more popping up. All right, so let's ask the question that you know that your grandmother is going to ask you or your parents are going to ask you. Is it safe? Is my money safe in that investment? My money better be safe. Like any investment, you're gonna have to weigh the risks versus the return and see if this is right for you. Now, am I going to open up an account with Fundrise and put all of my money into it? Am I gonna take my 401k and roll that over into a Fundrise account? No, I'm not gonna do that. Don't you even think about doing that. So if you watch my Lending Club investment video, in that video I shared where I don't think that you should put any more than 5 to 10% in any of these online platforms. So with Fundrise, let's say that you have $100,000 in your portfolio and you want to put half, you want to put $50,000 into your Fundrise account. You just need to take a breath. You just need to pause a minute, reflect, and just think, is this safe? Is this the right thing to do? No. But if you have $100,000 and you want to put, say, $5,000 in it because you want to test it out and you're okay taking some risk, then maybe that makes sense for you. Initially, I opened my account with $1,000 and then I added $4,000 to make it $5,000 total. Now, why that number? Well, you're going to find out here pretty soon because I opened up that Lending Club account with also $5,000 and I wanted to do a comparison analysis between the two, see how they perform over a period of time. So check back to the channel later on because I'm going to share those results in the next 6 to 9 months. Okay, a few more quicks about Fundrise so we can wrap this video up. First, let's also talk about taxes because you know what? Nobody likes to pay taxes. How does taxes work on this type of investment? So with Fundrise, you're either going to pay 1099 dividends or you're going to get return of capital. Now, when I was on the phone with Fundrise asking this, they were very, what shall I say? They didn't want to talk about taxes so much because, they're not a tax advisor. But they did say that, you can expect to pay ordinary income. So whatever income bracket that you're in, whatever tax bracket that you're in, you're going to be paying those taxes. There may be some return of capital, but don't hold your breath on that. So what I would just tell you is that be prepared to pay the highest tax that you can. So if you are in the 39% tax bracket, then you're going to be paying 39% on any income that you make. Unless that's in an IRA, which I'll talk about here in a second. How do you get your money out? Let's say that you open your account with Fundrise and you're done. You're like, give me my money back. Give it back to me. How does this work? As I mentioned with Rich Uncles, they don't allow you to sell your note. They don't have a platform that allows that. Fundrise does. But here's another cool thing that Fundrise offers is they have a 90-day, basically a money back guarantee. So if you open an account with them and you're not happy,
you can get your money back within 90 days. I like money back guarantees. Now, what they did say that if you are trying to liquidate in that first 90 days, you might have to wait 60 days to get your money back. And the reason is that we're buying real estate. We are buying real estate property. So these aren't these super liquid investments that you can go sell at the local grocery store or cash out at your bank. So you may have to wait 60 days. Now, after that 90-day period, you can sell, but they do have a redemption fee. So they have a 3% redemption fee for anything that is sold after that 90-day period and up to 3 years. After the 3-year mark, that fee goes down to 2%, and after the next year, it goes down to 1%. Then after that, there is no redemption fee. But the cool thing is, like, okay, yeah, you paying a small redemption fee, but at least you have access to the money. It's not tied up into some 15-year note where you have to wait a decade and a half to get your money out. You can get it. You just put in the sale order, wait about 60 days, and boom, there's your money. You got it back. All right, so that's my Fundrise review. It's that online platform that I'm very excited about. Anytime I can get it invested into real estate and not have to do much other than open an account, I mean, that's pretty exciting. I will still be keeping an eye out on the competition. I'll be looking at Realty Shares, Realty Mogul, Rich Uncles, and any others that come into the space. Because you know what? They could come out with something, some sort of feature that trumps what Fundrise has to offer, or maybe Fundrise raises their game and they just keep stiff-arming the competition. All right, now I want to hear from you. Have you invested into any of these online crowdfunding platforms? Is this something that you would feel safe putting your hard-earned money into? I'm curious. I want to hear from you. Let me know in the comments if this is something that you would invest your money into. And as always, if you like this video, you know what to do. Give me the thumbs up, boom, boom, boom. Share it with your friends if you think this will add value to them. And also, please subscribe if you've not hit the notification tab button, whatever that thing is, ding, ding, ding. Ring that bell so that you know when the latest video is dropping, because it's dropping like it's hot, and that doesn't make any sense. Anyway, thanks for subscribing, thanks for liking, thanks for watching this. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Peace out.